want a ticket straight to them pearly gates.
Get ready for 2 fixes. Like, get ready for what? You're only changing 2 things. Get ready for what? To be upset? And then it says this patch brings support for additional characters, fixes unintended character behaviors, and new items to the Tekken shop. Additional characters. Just say 2 characters, bro. They created this whole promotional poster for 2 changes. It's like they want people to be angry. And new items to the shop. I was like, wait, there was new items in the shop? I didn't see that in the what's it called? And then I looked at the patch notes and I was like, no, there's nothing in the shop. People are already very unhappy with the game, and doing this is not going to help. Small updates, hyping it up like it's something big, but then also saying there's shop items when there's not. And also, at the same time of Tekken being morons, Street Fighter has been promoting this collab with McDonald's. This thing is getting so many views. This tweet right here, 4 million views. The reason why I highlight this post is because Tekken fight back. They're doing all the fire collaborations, and then Tekken is out here collaborating with mobile games. I saw someone in the chat said WWE Champions collab is better. It's not, bro. It's not, bro. Tekken only does terrible mobile game collaborations, and that's it. And if they do something greater, then it's just a PNG t-shirt. Where's the spirit? Where's the passion? Their 30th anniversary, what did they do? Nothing? A battle pass Heihachi? That was it.
Round 1,はい焦がしニンニク照りよ焦がしニンニクマヨ卵照り焼き100で風鈴マヨ油淋鶏マヨチキン3大クルッチョーリーチ今最強のバーガーがマックに集結ストリートバーガーズ今だけトロットットッお得なクーポンも
It's not the fact that, like, you know, oh, we want, you know, McDonald's collabs or something. It's just cool to see Street Fighter celebrated in this way. It's cool to see some of our favorite characters, you know, reaching millions of people, and people like loving the franchise. Because at one point in time, we didn't know it was possible for like Street Fighter and Tekken and Mortal Kombat to reach this many people. But when you see this type of collab and they're creating so many different promotional pictures, this is something that I always talk about Tekken 4 as well. It's how when Tekken does some kind of promotion, they just use the same PNG pictures of the characters over and over and over and over again. You know, because with the arms crossed, they just use that thing and paste it on everything. A skateboard, a lamp, a beer mug, a t-shirt. It's like, bro, come up with some new exclusive artworks for your collab, for your promotion. All of these things that Street Fighter are doing is completely unique. Just looking at this is fun.
Round 1,はい3大クルッチシャカシャカシャカシャカシャカポテトはい焦がしニンニクマヨ卵照り焼き配信しますコメントよろしく対戦あざしたストリートバーガーズ今だけ
I want to show you guys this thing that I saw that I was like super upset by. Culture Crave is a like person who talks about movies and news and whatnot, right? And you can see all of the hot new movies coming out next year. Mortal Kombat 2, May 8th, and then Street Fighter, October 16th. 2 of the big 3 fighting games have movies next year. Knowing that both of them are coming out next year, and then seeing them featured here as like one of the main movies expected for next year, I'm just like, bro, where's the Tekken movies at? And now I know that Harada kind of doesn't like Hollywood because one time they made a movie about Tekken. I think it was called Tekken Revolution or Tekken Evolution or something. I don't know. But they made a movie and they completely disrespected the franchise. They didn't listen to Harada. They kind of just got the rights to make the movie and they just did whatever they want. This is why Jin and Christine had like a love-hate relationship or whatever, right? It was terrible. But I get that he doesn't like Hollywood for that reason, but there's many other studios out there in the world. Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat both have a movie next year. Both of them have legacy collections. That means you could go back and play some of the classics. They both also have a Fortnite collab, and all Tekken gets is mobile ads. And I know there's a lot of people who say we don't care about mobile collabs, we don't care about Fortnite collabs, we don't care about any of that stuff. Fix the game. Also, to those people who say fix the game, you guys gotta be smarter than that. There's more than one part of the Tekken team. There's a team that fixes balancing, right? And those guys are doing nothing because we see what the balance updates, there's nothing there. But then there's also a separate part of the team that does like esports, right? There's another part of the team that does marketing. There's another part of the team that does this and that and that. If you pay attention to what Harada said a long time ago, he said the team has grown a lot. There's multiple different parts of the team, and this part of the team responsible for DLC prices is not under my control, so I'm going to reshape the company to put them under my control. So that's proof that there's multiple different parts of Bandai Namco Tekken, and they're just all out of whack. It's 2025, almost 2026, and these guys are operating like it's 2006 or something. Terrible collabs, terrible communication, terrible like everything, bro. And I don't even want to be negative, but it's like when you see Street Fighter doing it, Street Fighter is just as old as them. Street Fighter has adapted and adjusted to the modern landscape like no other. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. Even though their game sucks, everything else is fire, right? Tekken, they are stuck in the past, bro. They are stuck in the past. Fortnite is important. It brings new eyes to the game and sells more copies. It gives Bandai Namco more money to do fixes. Now, this is from 2024, so it's a little outdated. When we get a more current one, I will try to save that. But for right now, when you look at this website, it says most searched video game characters. Who's number one? Chun-Li, Street Fighter / Fortnite. You will not find no Tekken characters on this list. Their culture relevance is slipping. Before Street Fighter collaborated with Fortnite, they also was at this point as well. But that collaboration with Fortnite was probably one of the best decisions they made. You're comparing people just trying to goon to people who play games. Exactly. People who don't care about playing Street Fighter are gooning to Street Fighter Chun-Li, and they're gonna go watch the movie. But you do want that outside bubble, interacting with memes, interacting with videos, interacting with YouTube, with movies. Yeah, some of these people will never play Street Fighter. But when Street Fighter McDonald's tweeted collab, 13 million views. You know, when people talk about Tekken, they talk about it as if it's this thing that doesn't exist anymore. I was talking with someone about Tekken, and it was like, oh yeah, I remember that game from like 20 years ago, right? Oh, they still make those? That's crazy. I didn't even know they still make those. That's what people say. When you talk to someone about Tekken, they talk about it like dinosaurs. Like, dinosaurs still exist for real? That's literally what they do. Versus Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, where they talk about it like a now thing. You talk to someone about Street Fighter and they're like, yeah, I can't wait for that movie. Doo-doo-doo's in the movie, you know? And you can have a real conversation with them. Even though they ain't played a game in I don't know how long, you can still have a full-on conversation with them about Street Fighter. Because it's relevant. It's now. Mortal Kombat, relevant now. Tekken, what is there to talk about? What can you talk about with a normal person who don't know nothing about video games? What can you say to them to make the topic about Tekken? Nothing. No movies. No pop culture references. There's nothing. You could ask anyone, hey, you ready for that new Street Fighter movie? Hey, you seen that McDonald's Street Fighter thing? You can't do that for Tekken, and that's my point. Okay, so we have this DM that just came through from Dale, the developer. You guys know I did interviews with him. He has a lot of experience, not in Tekken. He's not a Tekken developer, but he's worked on many other games through many decades, and bro has a lot of knowledge. This is what he told us about the conversation we were just having about Tekken. The thing that's confusing about Tekken not being in Fortnite is that they are an Epic partner. That means they have AAA titles that utilizes the Unreal Engine and helps them make the engine looks good to the other prospective clients. When you're a partner at that level, you get visits from Unreal Epic team and you have them on a hotline. You can ask them support whenever you want. They literally come to the game studio to visit to help nurture the relationship. Here's what's crazy. Street Fighter 6 does not use Unreal Engine. Yeah, Epic made Fortnite, Epic made Unreal. Yeah, okay, so I thought so. Street Fighter uses the Capcom engine, right? They dropped the UE engine after Street Fighter 5, but they still kept a good relationship and got Chun-Li skins in Fortnite. Tekken is using Unreal Engine and is an Epic partner, but they still do not seem to want their stuff in Fortnite. Why? Excellent point. If Street Fighter or something like that was the only one that did it, okay, fine. But you literally have the meme of like everyone's in Fortnite. Like Kratos, Master Chief, you name it, it's there. And I don't know how they don't feel left out from that alone. Not only is your two competitors doing it, but every other game thing on Fortnite's at a point now to where they're putting artists in their game. Shaq, Snoop Dogg, Sabrina Carpet, Billie Eilish. They did so many game collabs to now they're starting to put like actual people in. And I don't understand how Tekken is like, yep, that's fine. What? While we're having this conversation of things that Bandai Namco needs to do, Bandai Namco owns the exclusive rights to so many different animes like Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. I even think like Death Note and stuff like that. All of those animes that they own the exclusive video game rights to, they need to put some of those characters in Tekken. Now, I know that people don't want this to just be a over-the-top anime game. People have standards. I understand that. But Goku being in, or any Dragon Ball Z character, Luffy, any one of these super popular anime characters being in Tekken 8 would literally save it. It's a trump card. They literally have things that they can do that would just put them on top, #1 trending, break records, and they don't do it. Look, I don't want a bunch of Dragon Ball Z characters flying around in Tekken either, right? But one of those characters, overnight, Tekken is the most talked about thing on the internet. Agree or disagree? Overnight, most talked about thing on the internet. It would be. And why don't they do it? That's all I'm saying. That's it.